We are going to continue the lesson Nutrition in Plants. Let's check out what a heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So heterotrophs, they are the category of organisms that we can say that they take ready-made food prepared by the plants. They are called as heterotrophs. And hetero means other and trophos means nourishment. And now, it is the nutrition in which organisms get their food directly or indirectly from plants. Like humans and animals, such plants depend on the food produced by other plants. This is called as heterotrophic mode. And all the non-green plants and animals, including human beings, they have heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Yes, it's very clear, and we have learned how the plants are preparing the food and why they are called autotrophs. And here it's about the heterotrophs. Yes, quite interesting, right? Let's check out whether Cascuta or amarbel is a parasite plant. And you know, Cascuta is a non-green plant and cannot synthesize its own food. It does not have chlorophyll. Already we have learned in detail about chlorophyll, and its long yellow tubular structure climbs around the host. Please observe the picture over here. And the living organism from which a parasite derives its food, isn't it? So Cascuta is a parasite plant as it takes ready-made food from the plant on which it is climbing. And why they are called parasites? Because they derive the host's valuable nutrients, and they also harm the host by causing diseases. Clear? So we can say the plant on which it climbs, that's called the host, and since it deprives the host of valuable nutrients, it is called a parasite. Clear? You can see the picture over here. Insectivorous plants. Such insects-eating plants are called insectivorous plant. Example, Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. So now we are going to learn about how the insect is trapped in a Venus flytrap plant and in the pitcher plant, right? So Venus flytrap actually, you know how it's doing. It's digesting its prey using enzymes, which is produced by the special gland. And one more fact is that it's a carnivorous plant, and it catches its prey, we can say mainly like insects, with a trapping structure. You can see the trapping structure over here. Insect is trapped over here inside, right? Formed by its leaves. So the plants actually, the glands are there, right? The plant glands, it secrete an enzyme. So what happened? It decomposes the prey and take up the nutrients released. Now we are going to learn about the pitcher plant. So, in a pitcher plant, we can say that the leaf blade or the lamina, it's modified into sac-like structure that's known as pitcher. Clear? And so pitcher of the pitcher plant, we can say it's actually a modified leaf. Clear? So what happened? The pitcher plant, it catches insects in a cup of liquid. You can see it's like a cup, right? Liquid. And the wall of cup make nectar. Clear? And one more thing, like inner lining of the pitcher, it has digestive glands which secrete, we can say enzyme, proteolytic enzyme. Clear? To digest proteins of the trapped insect. Okay, so in detail we will learn now how what's the mechanism behind it. Clear? We will learn in detail now. So insectivorous plant means in which the leaves are modified into a pitcher-like structure. So the apex of the leaf, it forms a lid. So you can see here, right? It can open and close the mouth of the pitcher. Inside the pitcher, there are hair which are downwardly directed. What happens? When an insect lands in the pitcher, it slips inside and the lid closes. So what happened? The trapped insect is entangled into the hair. This insect is digested by the digestive juices secreted in the pitcher. This is what is happening. Yes, what I explained just now, it's written in a slide. Now, next we are going to learn about fungi. What are fungi? Fungi means we can say they are unicellular or multicellular organisms. Okay, examples of fungi we can say yeast, molds, mushrooms, etc. So they have a different mode of nutrition. They secrete digestive juices on the dead and decaying matter and convert it into a solution. Then what happens? Then they absorb nutrients from it. This mode of nutrients in which organisms take in nutrients in solution form from dead and decaying matter is called saprotrophic. So far we learned about autotrophs, heterotrophs, and these are saprotrophs. And here, so plants which use saprotrophic mode of nutrition, they are called as saprotrophs. Quite interesting. So we have learned so far 3 modes of nutrition. Yes, here is a picture of the fungi. Yeah, saprotrophs. Now, next we are going to learn about symbiotic relationships. Some relationship, right, in between them, isn't it? Let's check out. Some organisms live together and they share shelter and nutrients. Quite interesting. This is called symbiotic relationship. For example, certain fungi, they live in roots of trees. The tree provides nutrients to the fungus, and in return, what it's getting, it receives help from it to take up water and nutrients from the soil. So here both are benefited each other. So they are called symbiotic relationship. So next we are going to learn about lichens. What are lichens? Okay. In organisms called lichens, it's a chlorophyll containing partner. Already we learned more about algae. You remember, right? In the beginning of the session, we have learned about in the part 1, we have learned about algae, which is an algae and a fungus live together. That's a lichen. Lichen means algae and a fungus live together. And what's happening? The fungus provides shelter, water, and minerals to the algae. And in return, the algae provides food, which it prepares by photosynthesis. Here you can see the examples. Now, so far what we have learnt. Organisms take food and utilize it to get energy for the growth and maintenance of their bodies. Green plants synthesize their food themselves by the process of photosynthesis. They are called autotrophs. And we learned about heterotrophs and saprotrophs and symbiotic relationship too. Plants use simple chemical substances like carbon dioxide, water, and minerals for the synthesis of food. And oxygen released in photosynthesis is utilized by living organisms for their survival. Fungi derive nutrition from dead decaying matter. They are saprotrophs. Plants like Ascota are parasite. They take food from the host plant. A few plants and all animals are dependent on others for their nutrition, and they are called heterotrophs. So far we have completed the whole unit, nutrition in plants. Like we are having 3 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3. And once again I just want to remind you that it's about our channel name, Science Biz. Okay, and it's for the NCERT syllabus is covered over here, nutrition in plants. And one more thing I want to tell you, that the whole lesson is explained without without missing any concept. So dear students, I'm sure you can understand this lesson very well. Thank you. Have a nice day.